I'm going to try to see if I've got some clamps. These old English type clamps, not those. Those are new English type clamps. And get this set up. This has been sitting for more than a day now. Should be fine. You're going to see what I'm going to do with the whiteout in a minute. I said something the other day on a video, and I want to make it stand out a little better, so where we're going with that. So let's see what I got here. I don't think that one's going to work. I don't know. We'll look and see. I don't care if it's just this top. Let me see what I got here. Ooh, there's one of them plastic razor blades. I like them. I use them now and then. Okay. What have that got in there? Makes a pretty good scraper. Oh, I got to put these away too. I am preparing for the oil pressure gauge to come in, so I have cut a little piece of wood, that same wood I use for all the time, this quarter ply. I love it. It's very, very durable. It's sure ply. Lucky they got their name right there on that little tiny piece, aren't they? It's real good stable stuff. So this is what I'm going to cut or drill a hole into to pass the woven cable through the the oil hose. Well, you bet that's quarter. I'm sure that it's quarter. Okay, so let's mark these and drill holes and get our plate ready for tomorrow or Friday. Today is Wednesday, so I got at least 2 days before I can get back to this. Gorilla Glue gets you, don't it? Don't get to use this technique very often, but I took you take whatever it is, your old plate and your wood, and you can just put it in the vise and just sort of crush your spots, and it'll mark your piece for you real nicely. Well, I said I was going to do something up here, and I did it, because I said the other day, look down in there and you can see where it says Jaguar on it, and that wasn't really true. I could see it, but you couldn't see it. Oh, I gotta go get that other thing too. We'll talk about that in a minute. See, now you can see it says, well, it does, trust me. It says Jaguar on it now. And you can see it from up here too. Say, I have a secret technique. It's not going to focus because of everything else up here. But I did it. It's very proud of the blocks. It was easy to do. So, I don't know. I just do things like that. Let's talk about this panel I made. I'll just keep you real time here. And as you can tell, I'm doing several things at once. Let that... okay, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay. Back here, I made a plate. Now you can tell I turned plywood into steel. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you wish you'd have thought of that? Well, here's the original plate. Now I'm going to go see if this fits. Okay. So this is, don't tell anybody, but I use metric because I had something pretty close. And I had the Gorilla Glue left over there on the table where I was working on that thing. One more coat on that, and that's going to be it, because I don't want to hide the grain too much. Okay, so we're going to just see if this slips into place. And once again, I'm at the mercy of waiting for... I hope this works. I drilled it pretty accurately, I think. At the mercy of waiting on the gauge. All right, let's... all right, let's see here. You gotta learn how to get your hands into these places here. There we go. And of course, that's going to foul me that vacuum place there. Oh, don't mess it up now. Oh. I think it's hooked on the gasket. It is in there at quite an angle. Oh, what am I hooked? I'm hooked on something, and it ain't phonics. Oh, it's those things. Let's see if I can get it in. You don't have to watch the whole time. All right, so it does go in there, and I'll bolt it up from the bottom. Oh, where am I? Oh, where did I go wrong? It's pretty tight, but that'll be fine. That'll work great, and so I'm happy with that. See, it doesn't look too much different, so I don't think too many. I'm sure I'd get caught at a car show, but I avoid that by not going to car shows. My wonderful UPS driver just came by. What a nice guy. I like him. He's very, very dedicated and like most of them, very good at what he does. We don't do box openings. It's okay. We're not going to say that anymore. All right. Let's see what's in here. I don't really know. I got it. Oh, yeah, dude. I know now. I thought I got so many things coming for different things. So here we go. Let's see what that looks like. Now I can go cut my piece of wood. I got to go down there in a minute and see if these fittings are going to help me. Looks like it came with everything I need. So here, not a sponsor. Stainless steel line. Wow. 32, 36. So we'll go down there in a minute. I really don't have time, but I can't help myself. Okay, so here's the gauge face I got. You can pick so many kinds of gauges now, and you can do the backlight however you want and all that other stuff. Now this came, let's see what this is. There's what it looks like. It's an 8121. I think that's going to look great in the Jaguar. And it gives you bar too, say, bar and PSI. Okay, so round things roll. Okay. That's what I used to think that song was when I was a kid. Ramblin' Rose. No, it's Round Things Roll. So it comes with this. I don't like this. And I do also believe in bleeding out the line and not letting the air stay trapped in it. So let's crack this open and look at it. Security. Say. Don't look too secure. I'll take it. Don't want anybody busting in and messing with gauges. Those alert. Oh boy, stickers. I know right where to put them too. So there, that comes with a grommet. Also, well, multiple grommets. So we got multiple grommet selection here. I want the biggest possible one, even if I have to use one of mine, because that's going to be at an angle going into that piece of wood. So we'll take that down too. So let's take this out and take a look at it. So the light's internal now. They used to have those little condoms, little different colored condoms you could put on stuff. But that's what she looks like. That's going to be great. Now, that light's going to... I don't drive it much. I don't drive the Jaguar much, especially not around here. It might be a deer or two lurking around. Boy, wouldn't you hate to lose a 1967 car to a deer. So they come out in the daytime too. Any incorrect connections, fire, okay. Don't want to burst out in flames. Well, this is not that way. I wonder if it's LED. Yeah, this one's positive, 12 volts. So that does matter on some LEDs. Even now, it used to matter a lot. Now it don't seem to matter too much. But let's do it right. Okay, let's go down to the barn and see what my connection is going to be like to the oil head. We are down at the table. We have our oil head. We have these fittings that I just opened. Still have the protective covers on them. Didn't really notice that, but let's see what we're going to do here. Let's see if everything came in here that I need, because I do have a bunch of fittings like this. You know, over the years, I don't know how many hundreds of times I've done this. So we got to get thisy into thatty right there. See, that ain't going to work so good right yet, huh? Ooh, an angle one. That might be cool. Because this is at the apex. This is 12 o'clock. So that don't go there. But that goes there, I bet you. Oh, I was out a little bit. I'm sorry. That one don't seem to fit real great. And that's certainly not it. That's not it. I thought this one fit better yesterday. It does fit a little better, but the thing is relative. You know what is better, because these are those pipe thread things. I saw the most beautiful yellow bird, and I had my camera set. I was trying to get a picture of it. I see them every now and then. I was going to take a picture of it, see if any of y'all could tell me what it was. So, okay, so we got that, and then we would do what? So, where's that other thing? There it is. So we got this. So you'd have to have this because, see, that's conical. Trust me. It's conical down in there, see? So you would have to have this fitting that's conical. And then, boy, this is a lot of opportunity for leaks, isn't it? Well, it ain't going to be that way because I'm going to JB weld this and this. So there's no gasket in there. I didn't bring down the gauge. I didn't care about that right yet. So there's the way she's going to look, and that's pretty cool. So I'm going to JB weld that right now, so I can move along. I don't have time to do it, but I'm going to just beg off and say I need about 10 more minutes. That's the way it goes sometimes. Well, that's pretty groovy cool right there. Okay, so let's go mix this up. And that's not conical. I don't think it's going to matter. JB Weld don't care about conical. I just brought everything up here. So here's the connections. I thought that the line would go directly into the gauge. It does not. It does not do that. You have to have this connector here. Conical. And I'm not going to JB Weld this, of course, but it came with this, thank goodness, and you can plumb the 90 degree here or there, whatever. So, I'm gonna have to I had an old Sprite, Austin Healy Sprite, and it used to leak on my leg from this connection right here. This type of connection to a mechanical oil gauge. So you've got to have this in between there, and get the yellow tape. All right, there you go. Get the yellow tape right there, and bleed this line out before you hook it up. So that's got to go there, okay? And you saw it on there a minute ago, so that fits on. And it threads way down. I'm glad it grabs every thread. All right. Let's just see here. There you go. I got to get them started. It grabs every thread. It goes real deep, which is okay with me as long as it's a millimeter or two away right there between the two fittings. Now here is where I'm going to put some JB weld. And so this goes there. And once again, it goes real far down, and that's good. And you don't want to go, bananas on this thing. Okay, so come on, baby. That's a lot of thread. That is very, very nice. Okay, so this part is settled. There's all my other fittings over there, so it pays to have all that. And read the directions here. So there's all that. Be sure and wear your safety glasses, okay? Now see, they're showing a little Teflon tape right there. They ought to say yellow tape, not white tape. White tape's for water. So therefore, this means I'm going to use yellow tape right here where it connects to the head. And these two connections here and here are going to get JB weld. So there's that one and that one. See, that's a conical. Well, come on, I'm blocking everything. See, that's a conical, and that's not. So that kind of makes me a little nervous. It threads up there a lot. I think that's going to weep if we don't do something about it. And that's a conical there. Just trust me. And see, it's not conical there. So these two are going to get glued, and they'll be ready tomorrow. Okay, so all right, so we're going to do that. All right, how interesting, huh? It's always a little harder than you think it's going to be. I think I'm going to put this over here so I won't step on it tonight. Take it to the back door. Okay, so I got to go. I'll be back tomorrow. That gets them out of here. I know it's a little dangerous, but I don't put a little tiny bit in there, but there was a bird in here. It's now gone. They don't like that. So I found something easy. Well, let's talk about something else that's not easy. We got the yellow tape. I've got the wood that's painted metal. I've got my bent blade I used on my furniture the other day. I'm ready to put this in. And I'm ready to put that in the jag pile. Put that, these are my, no, you never know, do you? Let's just put it there. And get everything out of the way I'm not going to use. Okay, so those are grommets there. We're going to put this grommet, I guess just right dead in the middle of this thing. So when I drill for grommets, now I also realize that that's, probably going to be a problem. I'll deal with that at that time. So let's turn this on in fractional, and you can just slip it in there, and then sort out what that is. What I will generally do is, you don't really have to have it on actually. You can just take this, lock it down, find yourself a drill bit that size, and drill a hole right there. Let's do that. That must be my bad bit. I got a bad bit in this thing somewhere. Let's put that toward the back. Let's get the, what I think is the good bit, but I don't know. These things work great on metal, but whoa, yeah, I think that's my good bit. Let's lock her on there a little bit more. Yeah, I wore one of these out a couple of times. So let's see how this goes. No, it's gonna have to be bigger than that. It's okay. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. So that's a good start though. That's as big as that goes. I probably got a drill bit bigger than that. Locked in. Let's go over there and see. So a little bit of Dremel work. You can tell I had to kind of make it a little larger. I don't know if you can tell, but I had to kind of waller it out a little bit there. So let's see if this thing's going to fit, just to kind of get the edges right. So let's see if we're going to pop that in there. It ought to go. I guess the whole point is I'm trying to show you. Oh, look at that, popped right in there. Ooh, and it spins a little bit too. So there you go. That's the way that looks. And this is going to be above the left foot of the right hand drive passenger. Nobody will see how the Gorilla Glue looks like. I welded it on there. Then my screws on there, but I didn't. It's just Gorilla Glue. So, okay, let's string this thing through it. Okay. It took a little seal glide, but I got it to go through. Here we go, coming through the other side. We're coming through. There you go. All right, well, it's got air in it like crazy. And there's the other one. It ain't any different. So I ended up, that one's just smaller. So, well, got that going for us, huh? Things, kind of coiled up, isn't it? Okay. It'll be okay soon enough. So hopefully we'll be starting the old Jag here in a while. It's just before 3 o'clock. And I've only got like 7 messages, so we'll see. All right, well, that's ready to go into place now. All right. I'm very happy with that. I hate messing with my camera without my lariat around my wrist. Okay, let's go put that in. Let's do the yellow tape thing here. There's the yellow tape. And don't forget to go ahead and just put this on so you won't forget to, it'll remind you got a thread. Now, have I ever cut this? If I've forgotten to put it, let's not get seal glide on the lens. Go ahead and slip this on here so you won't forget that you got to put your hose through it. But I have been known to cut these right here to get these to work. So let's put these on here, these, so I won't forget them. Okay, yellow tape time. Mighty lucky because that points almost exactly where I want it to, and it got just tight enough. Yellow tape's down in there. Gauge is in the car. We're probably going to put this on first, and I don't know where this is going to end up quite yet, but I'm all set when the time comes. All right, we're having a party here, and we're getting ready to put this in. I put a little light coating of red silicone, and I mean a dab, on the gasket, and I put a dab of the blue Loctite. And I probably am going to need both hands to do this, or should we go up and do this? I don't know. Let's try to do it here. I can't do this one-handed. It's just not possible. So, but we're set to go, because if I tilt it back too far, I'm afraid the screw's going to fall out and then start a big Magello there. So let's just put you down over here. You wait right here. I'll be right back. I'm down on the floor. The car's in the air. I think I started it up there with 2 bolts, and then I had to come down here. Now, I'll tell you, a bunch of oil will leak out if you leave it for a couple of days. And there was a little bit of oil here. I think that thing must have a hole in it. Yeah, I think it does. Well, anyway, drip, drip. So, I've got this. I got you right where I want you here. So, let's see. This is the way that looks. If you can see all that, and I think that's going to be great. So they're all started, so let's cinch them down, and then we'll work out our problems here, which don't look like it's going to be too bad. I'm just loving that. I got to tell you, I got to deadhead that sending wire there too, so I don't get any shorts or anything like that. Okay, let's tighten that down. Well, I've been doing battle here, but it's working out. I got that head on there. It took longer than I thought. Of course, I said, okay, I got time today. Fridays, I usually have time. And I got that on, and it went on fairly well. So let's tighten it up and drop her down, and I've got to remember to deadhead that wire. So everything's, and I'll put those on with a little blue Loctite. And although that's on there like real flipping hard. I'm loving that. I'm just loving it. If you know what these tubes are, those are the drains for the float bowls on the carburetors. And so you always want to have those long and directed away, and you don't want them aimed toward the car or nothing like that. You want them to be, directly out of the way in case those lock up on you. I think there's one back here too. Where did that one go? Now I'm all worried. Let's see, that one, yeah, that one goes, no, that's that. Where is that one? Well, 1, 2, maybe it's the one up here that I'm thinking of. Let's see, there's the beginning of the carburetor array. 1, 2, and the back one's turned around the other way. I'll make sure it's okay. Okay, everything's tight. I just got some new NINs and put on here. And I deadheaded that wire with some shrink tube. and I'll probably pull it up. It ain't gonna drag the ground or nothing, but I don't want it rubbing on anything, so I'll pull that up later. And everything's tight. Now the only things I gotta address now are these two timing cover bolts that always drip. Why? I don't know, but you can tell it right there. And if you want me to fire it up for you, see, you can see it all lit up with the dye. So let's take them out and do something. I don't know. Do something. Copper gaskets, whatever. New NINs, some hardening Loctite. If it's good enough for Volkswagen blocks being put together, it's good enough for right here. So that's Permatex number 1. So, all right, I got that done, and the filter's on top of the carburetor, so I can't get to it from here if I want to. All right, let's fix these. I kind of consider this to be lucky because the studs came out with them, so that's okay with me. So let's go get them out, and then I can put some good sealant on that too. And I don't think I want to do yellow tape or nothing, but we got different kinds of sealant. So let's clean all that off and get these studs off there. I'm going to get some new NINs and some copper washers, and we'll put them on. Sounds good to me. I went to like 3 different work sites. I kept running into yellow tape, so I took it as an omen. So I'm going to wrap those with yellow tape. I got some new NIN nuts. I keep those stocked. I got some new copper washers, and I got my Permatex number 1, which you don't use it very often, but I figured this was a good spot for it. I don't know why. I just feel like it. So let's put them back up there. Let me get some brake clean and not get it on my camera lens. And I like that stuff, that white powdery stuff. What is that stuff? I've mentioned it a couple of times, but it kind of, whatever that is, not a sponsor. But it is good stuff. And the more you step on it, the better it works. They say you're supposed to sweep it in and all that. But eventually it just blows away. And the wind's blowing toward me, so I just want to get a little bit up there. Okay. I think I'm going to dig up in there with my screwdriver too and just see how deep it is. Oh, it's all the way through. Well, that's interesting. I thought it deadheaded up in there, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to put some Permatex in the top. Maybe that could be it. You know, I didn't think about that. Did my flashlight go out? There you go. It could be no. It could be blowing out of the top and leaking over. I didn't think about that. Okay, well, that could be it. Jaguars are so interesting. Monsters lead such interesting lives. So let's just go up there a little taller, and I'll just pack it with stuff too. You know, after a while, you don't care how ugly it gets. You want it to flip and stop. Okay, I'm gonna blow them threads out too. Okay, yeah. Now, oh yeah, there's a lot of dirt coming out of there. All right, well that's good, because all my sealants will hold better. I went around the oil pan too and checked the 743 of those things. Okay, we're gonna let that air for a second, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay. I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm gonna use the old double nut method with the non-NIN nuts. And then, because these are a little bit too thick, these NINs, so we're going to be using those to get them good and firm up in there. I got the yellow tape on there real tight. I think it'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. You can tell right here where people have been pulling on it with chains and whatnot. Always kind of makes you sad. I tried to straighten it, but you know, when I redid the cage, when I had the motor out of it and painted it and everything. So anyway, that's just the way it is, whole car. Every time I'm under this car, I'm just fascinated by all the stuff that I've done and the way they designed it. It's just so interesting to me. All right, so those are up there, and it's got copper washers, and I packed goo in the open part ahead on that maroon looking part, and I got a bunch of it up there, and it's kind of everywhere, and let it be everywhere. And so I may not start it today, I don't know, but there's no pressure here. I mean, whatever pressure's in the block, a pound or two or whatever, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I have done everything down here that I can do. I'm gonna have to come down here with the bonnet down and see about packing around. You know, you got to get around this radiator. Make sure the air goes around into the radiator and not around the radiator. Okay. All right. I think that's going to be it down this way. Okay, so let's go put the oil filter in it. Seems like it's been a year since I've thought about that. Okay. All right, I was gonna be looking to see where that other drain goes to. Oh, well, that ain't too good. It's kind of pinched off there, isn't it? I didn't ever notice that. Okay, let's bend that back for two reasons. One, it won't be pinched off. The other thing, it won't be interfering with the accelerator linkage there. So, okay, so let's see how far. That goes down there pretty far. Yeah, that's that clear. Okay, that's what that is. Somebody must have cut that one at one time. Okay. Another thing that can cause oil leaks in these cars is right down there behind the coil. There's a breather mechanism. This is part of it here, but there's a screen in there, and it can get dirty. That's what that big, if you want that great big hose was just hanging down in space, that's what this is. On some models, they put catch cans. And then I saw that on Wheeler Dealer. They had a Jaguar catch can was all clogged up and it was leaking oil. And they got lucky and they cleaned the catch can, the hose, and the screen, and it didn't leak oil anymore. So, okay, speaking of leaking oil, let's get this back in there. Got some red silicone on it, but once again, don't care. The odds of me is cooling off and getting windy. Putting 3,000 miles on this is nil. But let's look at it anyway. 82,786. I'm not going to write on my can because that's just too much trouble to clean it and powder coat it that periwinkle blue. Now I'll tell you the truth about all these canisters, even on early GMs, hold the can into the seal and then turn the nut, and because you may not get it sealed, and so that's there you go. Let's make that look a little better. Okay, and that's 5/8 as I remember. Where's my 5/8? And I think I'm gonna hit that with a 5/8 socket. I'll find one. Okay, well anyway, let's tighten that up. I'm not gonna put that lower pan on until I drop the bonnet and do that thing I mentioned up there about make sure that's sealed and all that other stuff. So we're getting there closer by the minute. Okay, it's time to put my little panel in with a hose and do that. So let's do that. And there's the hole. There's that hole you saw the other day. Okay, and there's my fitting way back up in there. It's gonna be just straight shot to that fitting. You can see it right there. That's gonna be cool. Got to close the the doors. It's just too windy. It's blowing all my stuff. Oh, the raindrops falling from my eyes. Okay, I got it on the other side of those wires to kind of get some pressure off of it, so I think that'll be fine. I may slip some kind of wiring harness down in there around this thing to protect those wires from this stuff, because that looks kind of abrasive to me. So that's better. That's better. And I'm just noticing some wiring stuff here. Okay, that's white brown tracer. Yeah, that's oil green. Is going to the regulator, but that won't matter. I think I'm going to lose my lamp here. It's okay. I got plenty of bulbs down here. Okay, so there's my gauge. All right, let's go hook up like I said. Okay, see, I got it Got it on there, got it tight, and that's just perfect. And so it's going up through my little homemade panel. It looks pretty original. If I want coils, I'll coil them up inside the car. Okay. And that's just like it was made to be there. Ouch, flip it. I control my language there. Consarn it. Okay. That is just like it was made to be there. I love it. I have decided to stop this one here. My phone keeps going off. I can't finish today, so I just got to go, and that's just all there is to it. So y'all give me a thumbs up. We'll finish this up, I promise, and it'll just be part 3. And this is probably very long anyway, and I don't even know it. Looks like my battery's dying, and so it must be that we've got plenty of video for another video. So let me go away and come back and produce this thing and maybe get it posted later tonight. I got to go put a turbo on a diesel motor. So anyway, talk to you later. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll talk later. Bye-bye. You may remember in a previous video up at the house, I said I was going to bring this down to the shop, Hello Shop. And I'm going to, and then I remembered that somebody gave me all these little caster things. So I'm going to mount those, at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of them, I don't know. And underneath here, and I'm going to have a rolling cart. And those will bring, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out. And that'll bring it up to about right here, and that'll be even better. So I'll have a little handy dandy cart. Well, like I said, this is sort of bonus footage here. I knew I had a place for these stickers. I must have 10 million. So this is going to be my first installment of a sticker on this, okay? Okay. I think that's going to be nice. Let's go over to the Spitfire now, because I got a little tradition. They give you 4 of these little things, and this has become my habit. See how many I got across here? I got enough big autometer things. I'm going, ooh, that was dirty. So I got 4. You could divide those by 4, and I'll tell you how many autometer things I put on. Okay, there you go. Autometer, not a sponsor. All right. We'll just put them 4 on there. Okay, you got it. So where do I not have? Let's see, there's one here. There's one there. I don't know. There's one there. How many autometers do you have? Is there one up here? Yeah, there's one up there. And there's not one back here. So I always put at least 1 sticker. Is there one? There's one there. There. It's getting a little redundant. There. It's getting a little redundant. So, anyway. Is there anything up here? There you go. We'll put it right here. We'll put it right there. Alright, I know I'm gonna... Okay. Always, this is what we do. Will it go there? Yeah, it'll go there. And John gets honorable mention here because he gave me these motorcycle. You saw John's trailer video. I think every time I see this now, I think about Ellen up in Canada. That guy that Mr. Spitfire and GT6, because he bought a Spitfire where somebody had filled this in, and you couldn't figure out why it looked like hell, but it looked like hell. Michelati, man, what a guy. So yeah, John gave me that sticker, and so anyway, more. I just love autometer, just do. Okay, I can do this two-handed a little quicker, and I'm gonna have to pack it up. And there's one right there. All right. We'll talk to you later. If you want to keep watching this happen, anytime I can get a sticker, as long as it doesn't call me some kind of name. I'll put it on Spitfire. I sort of resisted putting stickers on the white stripe there for a while, and then I finally did it, and I think it looks pretty cool. So, okay, that's all 4 of them. All right, thanks for watching.